Coalition. Recently, I listened to a Tavis Smiley show conversation with James Falk. James said something that caught me off guard. Black Altadena is gone. My community is being murdered. I said murdered.
All you have to do is go to our website homepage at KBLA1580.com and click on the icon that says KBLA Guest Editorials to learn more about our editorial standards and content submission guidelines. As long as the topic aligns with our mission, we are happy to review your submission and consider it for broadcast. We can't make any promises, but we want to amplify progressive perspectives that are community-focused and solution-oriented. So, go to KBLA1580.com right now to download all the information you need about our guest editorials. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
Tell me all your names, baby. Tell me all your names, I need to know. Then I'll tell you mine, baby. Then I'll tell you mine, and we can go to pass the time. Shift paradigms, align our bodies with the sky till I am yours and you are mine. I'll do anything for you, yeah, I'll do anything for you. Baby, just say the word, and we make perfect sense, so God cannot resist, no. I could feel the urge to drop defense at my expense. Allow my body to ascend along with yours, let love commence. Close my eyes, embrace my matter. Swing my hips as if they bear the rings of Mama Saturn. Stretch my vertebrae so we can climb it like a ladder. And step into our world.
KBLA Talk 1580. That's Mama Saturn by Tenerel. Tenerio. Okay, you got to turn Jasmyne's mic on so she can. My new co-host 2 days in a row. I don't know that we've ever done that before.
I don't know if we've ever done that before.
She's the organizer in chief for South LA Pride today. She's not a political consultant today.
Not today.
Today she's the organizer in chief for South LA Pride. We're also being joined by Gina Fields of the South LA Pride Planning Committee. Good morning.
Good morning.
So tell me what I heard and say it right, please.
Well, I was told by a fan, and I'm a new fan. I didn't know this artist before the entertainment committee chose her, that it's Tenariel. And the only way I remember that is because my middle name is Ariel. So I got it in my head to start saying Tenariel.
Well, it's really a cute song. I like it. Yeah. I had never heard it before, but that's something I would vibe to for sure.
Yeah, I've checked out a few of her songs on Spotify, and they are all really like, okay, that's my vibe. I would definitely.
So that's one of the performers?
That's the headliner.
She's the headliner. Oh, see? Yeah. Now you just got me out of my house on Saturday.
Yeah, it's exciting to have a woman headliner this year.
Yeah.
That's right, because when I went before.
I remembered that we did have one other, Medusa. We have my girl Medusa. Mm-hmm. Yes, love me some Medusa. Mm-hmm. But it's been a while. That was like 2022, 2021.
That was okay, so before we go all the way down the South LA Pride inside baseball field, our topic, the way I framed it was the Black LGBTQ plus experience. And the reason I thought about that is because I remember saying to Jasmyne, why is Black Pride 2 months late? And it's not 2 months late. They early. Why are we defining everything based on somebody else's tradition? And so it made me think that I'm sure that our Pride Festival date is not the only thing that's different.
Well, yeah, okay, so a couple of things. One of the things that I had shared with you was that, there's a whole group of Black Prides around the country. It's actually called the International Federation of Black Prides. And they have factions in Toronto. I know because they had me up for Toronto Black Pride. And the thing was, look, the people of no color are, just because they're gay, let me say people without color. People without color, just because they're gay doesn't mean they're not racist. And there's a lot of racism in the LGBTQ community amongst the white gay folks. And so that's why you had Jules Catch One. That's why you had a lot of places outside of sort of the normal gay enclave in your main city, whether, for the North, it would be, we're not going to go to Castro, we're going to be in Oakland.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So there's a whole history of that. And as an example, I think Memorial Day has always been Washington, D.C.'s Black Pride. Independence Day holiday has always been LA Black Pride here.
The Malibu
at the
one.
beach.
Yeah, I went to that.
And then Labor Day is always Atlanta. It's been like that for decades. And as you know, here in LA County, we have a multitude of prides. There's East LA Pride now. There's Venice Pride.
I did not know that. You say it like, as you know.
There is.
I had no clue.
So, community members and groups have taken it upon themselves to step outside sort of the West Hollywood footprint and have their own prides. And so there's one in East LA. There's one in Venice. There's a San Fernando Valley Pride. Long Beach Pride has been around for quite some time. Compton had a pride for a few years. I know that I went one year and spoke. And so, Pride does not just have to be in June. And I like that different neighborhoods are doing Pride the way they want to do Pride, right? The way they see it. And for South LA Pride, this is the 7th year.
So Gina Fields, you're one of the main organizers of this, and as Jasmine was just outlining, different communities having different pride. What do you think makes a Black Pride celebration successful, different, interesting?
Wait! I gotta stop you. It is South LA Pride.
Okay, well, I wasn't only talking about Saturday. Okay. I'm just talking about in general, because you framed it as, we're going outside of the West Hollywood, and you framed it in terms of racism, right? Mm-hmm. So I know everybody's welcome to South LA Pride, but when we're talking about defining a Pride celebration with a Black lens, what makes that different?
I think it's, we are inclusive, but I think it's the...
Okay.
Clarify that.
Clearly you guys had a meeting about this.
No, it's just really in our hearts. But I think the thing is, it brings a good vibe. It's a different vibe. It's a more, it is a more inclusive vibe. I mean, that is the reality of it, is that sometimes LA Pride, West Hollywood Pride can feel a little bit separatist, and you feel like you're kind of invading someone else's space. But this is something we're having in our area, in our space, with our vibe, with our feeling, with our artists, and I mean all artists of color, and also all just inclusive artists. We have white artists as well as Latino artists, Black artists, all on the run of show. So it's going to be an exciting and fun day because of that, because we bring such an inclusive vibe full of just love, and it makes you feel welcome. That's the thing. And and to jump on Jasmine's point, we're not just having Pride like 1 day or 2 days here. We get to be proud all year long. And that's what I'm excited about. And this new vibe that we're bringing for South LA Pride is going to be really fun.
And to be fair, we did not have a meeting about it. I just always think about my colleagues around the table, and the table that built this Pride this year is so diverse in terms of age, in terms of what part of LA they come from, in terms of race as well. And so that's why, and I also give a lot of love and respect to Thea and her crew that do LA Black Pride, right? And I always try to make sure, because I don't want to overshadow them or have people think that it's a second Black Pride or anything.
But the topic is the Black LGBTQ.
Yes, I got it.
We happen to be having a show on Saturday.
I got it.
All right, we're going to continue this lively conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA Talk 1580 is an intervention. When we come forward, includes you. KBLA Talk 1580, turning pain into power.
exciting news, ladies. Always Discreet Boutique Bladder Leak underwear are available in black and printed design. Protect yourself with style. These fit and feel just like real underwear, and they give you up to 0 leaks, 0 odor. Designed for all shapes and sizes, they give you the confidence to be fully yourself. Don't let bladder leaks hold you back. Buy Always Discreet Boutique Bladder Leak underwear now.
Febreze.
Fabric Talk. Hello, my love. I am your living room carpet. I see everything. I feel everything. After a while, I smell like everything, including Sir Pickles, who you snuggle with while binging that dating show you can't stop watching. So, how about we freshen things up with Febreze fabric spray? Oh, and a big spray for my pals, couch and ottoman. Ah, yes, refreshing. Breathe happy, Febreze. La 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 la.
Hey, it's Matt, your leaf filter trusted pro. Gutters are an often neglected part of the home. They're also one of the most important. Clogged, overflowing gutters can cause serious problems like foundation damage or basement flooding, which can cost thousands of dollars to fix. Let's face it, cleaning gutters yourself is not only a hassle, it can be dangerous. But when you get Leaf Filter, you'll never have to worry about cleaning clogged gutters again. Get started today by visiting leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free inspection. If you decide to move forward, we'll professionally clean, realign, and seal your gutters before installing our patented stainless steel micro mesh system. Leaf Filter keeps out everything but the water. And it's backed by a lifetime transferable no clogs warranty. So you're protected for good. We're in your neighborhood and ready to help. Visit Leaf Filter today for a free inspection and estimate, and you could save up to 30%. Visit leaffilter.com/deal. That's leaffilter.com/deal.
An official message from Medicare.
I turned 65 this year. I knew it was time to figure out Medicare, and I had questions, like when to enroll and how to enroll. So I went straight to the official source, Medicare.gov, to get the facts about Medicare. I found answers to all my questions, and I'm ready to get started. And so can you. Just go to Medicare.gov to get the real facts about Medicare.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small. Loud or quiet, find all the parts you need at prices you'll love, guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay, things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Thanks for waking up with Dominique DiPrima on KBLA Talk 1580.
I do appreciate you. And yes, okay, South LA Pride is what they're working on. I said we talk about the LGBTQ experience from an African American or Black perspective, but you know, all of these issues that come up in terms of this, and you notice, I don't know if you heard it, but we were promoting today's show. We were letting people know that the 7th annual is Saturday. This weekend from 11 to 8, which is a nice long window for you to get it together and get out. And it's 85 degrees Saturday.
It's going to be a beautiful day.
And it's free, right?
It's free. Bring your blanket, bring your chair, pull up.
Yeah. And where is it?
It is at the Michelle and Barack Obama Sports Complex next door to Dorsey.
Everything is there now.
I know. I mean, it's great.
It's so nice now.
It's great. Yeah. I love that park. Even when I worked for Wesson, we had put a lot of money into Herb wasn't doing redoing and seeing it all come to fruition because I played tennis there. So seeing the pool, the new gym, the new everything. We will be on the softball fields that are behind the pool in the gym. But it's a family-friendly, all ages.
Okay,
event.
so let's talk about that. Family-friendly, all ages. Yeah. That's one of the stereotypes about an LGBTQ plus event, which I don't know that that's specific to a Black event, but that it's going to be, a club, a nightclub type vibe, right?
Well, look, a lot of prides are, I always go to some other prides and see people running down the street in Speedos and drinking hand. But from the beginning, when this started with the council members, it was always meant to be sort of a family friendly event. And that doesn't mean it's like a square event. It just means that, folks aren't running around in Speedos with a drink in their hand. It's just we take into consideration that maybe folks want to bring their auntie, their grandma, or their grandkids or their kids. So we have a kids zone because we do get a lot of folks that bring their kids, right?
Yeah, and they're going to be giving away backpacks for kids, so we're really trying to get children to be a part of it. We're getting the acts are so varied and vast. We have all different types of entertainment, so you're going to find something that you love, whatever age you are, whatever ethnicity you are.
They're going to be playing bingo. There's all kinds of things that are planned. It's really just like when I grew up, we used to have block parties. Mm-hmm. Take your neighborhood block party and put it in the park. It's basically one of those types of vibes. That's why I said bring your chair, your blanket, cop a squat, find the place in front of the stage where you want to be at. And it's just, good feelings, good vibes, and just, hanging out and being all of who you are. Bring your friends. Like I said, bring your friends, bring your auntie.
I remember when shortly after I first came to LA, I was on a different radio station, 2 radio stations ago. And we did a broadcast where some people got married. Some same-sex couples got married live on the air. And I had a petition to remove me from the radio. And I want, and that was coming from black listeners. I feel like we've gotten less freaked out about LGBTQ, but I'm not gay, or lesbian, or transgender, or.
I mean, I definitely think that it's been just normalized. We're just people now. It's no longer a big deal. I was in a restaurant yesterday, and there were 2 girls, and they were all cuddled up together. Restaurant was crowded with people, and no one was staring at them or seeing it as something unusual. They just saw it as 2 people in love. And so that journey that we've taken as gay people has been huge. And now as black gay people, we're also still on that journey, just trying to bring those 2 identities together often. And that's the best thing about South LA Pride, is you're free to just be. You can be all of yourself. You're not just I'm black here, or I'm gay here, or I'm a woman here. You can bring all parts of yourself together and really just be at South LA Pride and enjoy yourself.
Gina is way nicer than me. Had I been at that restaurant and seen that, I'd have been like, go get a room. Go get a room.
They were
I don't want to see nobody having public affection.
No PDA.
I don't care if you're heterosexual. I don't care what it is. Go get a room.
Well, you would be kicking me and my girlfriend out.
That's another show for another day. Jasmine says
I
no
am
PDA.
a bitter person.
Oh, well, okay. And that's a third show.
Right.
For yet another day. Why is Jasmine so bitter on the next First Things First? But, I mean, I wonder, because I think, on the one hand, we live in LA, so maybe, I do, so maybe we don't have perspective on the rest of the country. But my experience has been that black folks are more conservative socially.
We are, and we still are. There are still issues. I expect to see that played upon by the Trump administration going into the midterms, going into 2028. I think they're going to really try to use our social, the fact that we are socially conservative as a whole, to divide us on critical issues. They did it with immigration. They did it in the past with gay marriage. When I remember Prop 8, Don't Ask, Don't Tell, and some of those sort of more significant milestones where we had strange bedfellows. Remember, we had white conservatives partnering with black churches around gay issues. So I expect to see some of that happen again. I do think that there have been some changes, definitely.
In the black church? Do you think the black church is getting more accepting?
You
do, Gina?
Yeah.
Well, we've always been in the church, so let's start there, right? And I don't like to be stereotypical,
but the denial in the church is crazy.
No, the denial is crazy. Why they singing songs by the choir director and everything. The denial is crazy. But like I've been saying for decades, I mean, we always knew things were going to change because it is inevitable. People get older and die, and then you have new younger people come in that have different mindsets. So you're seeing a lot of older pastors that ran huge congregations have to step down, and there are newer folks that are coming in who don't necessarily see everything. And because churches are struggling nationwide, I don't care if it's a black or a white church, churches everywhere in this country are struggling to get people to come through the doors, are struggling to get people to be a part. So there's only one love you, Grandma, but there's only one religion that I have seen that has not changed, and that is Jehovah's Witnesses. But even the Catholics have changed. Like, there have been a lot of changes within religion to make allowances for the fact that it's 2025, and they know that if they want to get people in, okay, let them wear jeans, okay, let them wear shorts and flip-flops, okay, we're gonna recognize gay marriage. Like, there are different churches that are trying to come around because they, we live in a world of heathens, and folks are not going to church, Dominique.
Well, and whether or not they're heathens, okay, I think we're having technical difficulty. I'm not sure. They're asking in the chat why we don't have the video. I think Miles is working on that right now. It'll be right back up. But I think whether they're heathens or not, people are less likely to adhere to organized religion. Mm-hmm. They may be spiritual. Right. They may be reading the Bible in their free time. They just don't want to go to an institution. But I just wondered about attitudes, because whoever you are in your black experience, LGBTQ plus, heterosexual, asexual, rich, poor,
B, C, D, E, F, G.
We got some relatives somewhere that are real churchy. And that can be real judgy.
I think though
I'm my own relative in my family that's churchy and judgy.
That's you.
Yes, it is, and I'm proud of it.
I think the familiarity, though, is really what's changed over time. I think us, as black gay people, being more out and being more open, people see that it's just love. My partner, for example, where she works is predominantly African American and fairly religious because it's a funeral service, a funeral home. And the changes that we've seen over the last 20 years of people just opening up. At first, it was, well, we respect, hate the sin, but love the sinner type of attitude. And now it's more of a joy towards us of like, you guys are great, you're together. It's no different than anyone else. So I think is like what Jasmyne was saying. There's going to be an effort from the administration to try and conquer and divide, but you can't put the genie back in the bottle. Gay people are out and about now, and I think that acceptance is growing.
But they have teased out the trans community.
I was just about to say that, and that is a show we should definitely do someday, because even here in LA, when you see black trans women on the news that have been murdered, that have been beaten or robbed, and they tell you who the suspect is, it is 99% of the time another black man.
Who may have been involved with that person.
Yes.
I did read some data on that.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. So there's the issue of, folks accepting same-sex couples, mm-hmm. and the LGB, right? But then when we get to the T part of it, that presents a whole nother conversation amongst our community. And we really should have that conversation. We should be having those conversations and talking about why it is people feel so strongly and they feel like they have to care so much about what someone else is doing with their own personal life when it doesn't affect them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that was clearly already an issue in the last election.
Right.
So it's not like we don't see it coming.
Right. There's a lot of things I don't like, but I don't make it my mission in life mm-hmm. to stop it, to like a lot of things that people, let me rephrase that, people do that I don't like, or the way that they carry themselves. There are things that I see online all the time and I'm like, oh, you're an embarrassment to the race. You are, oh my God. But it is what it is, but we have a thing in our community, and sometimes it's, especially when it comes to black trans women, I don't even see this level of hatred towards black trans men, but I do mm-hmm. see it towards black trans women, and I'm just like,
yeah, I what I hear online, like Instagram, and not just black men, a lot of black women hating on black trans women. I don't understand it. Why are you threatened by somebody that has nothing to do with you and no impact on your life? I don't get it. Why can't you just leave people alone and let them live their lives, and you try to get yourself together?
I agree. I mean, I can go on and on about that. I mean, do you think they look better than you? Like, what is it you feeling? If your man is looking at them, well, that's not your man and not them, not that person. Like, there's like all these issues. But even in the Black queer community, we have issues and struggle around that too, just in terms of solidarity and how do we show up for the Black trans community. And
there's always been an effort to try and separate us. I mean, back in the day, just going historically, there was an effort to separate the L from the G and to kind of cause infighting between lesbian and gays. And then we've come together. So I think it's slow. And then bisexuals came into the picture. So there was an effort to separate the Bs, like they were different. And now the effort is to separate the Ts. So we're just adding alphabets all along the way, one after the other, and pulling them together. But there's always been an effort to try and pull us apart. But together we're stronger. And again, that's part of what South LA Pride is.
We have some trans artists performing on the stage.
Yes.
Okay. Hold that thought. We'll get to it after News, Traffic, and Sports. 7th Annual South LA Pride is what she's talking about. Saturday, August 9th, day after tomorrow, from 11 to 8 at the Michelle and Barack Obama Center over there in South LA. More conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
She's reclaiming her time on KBLA Talk 1580. More First Things First with Dominique DiPrima when we come forward.
I'm Bray Wood with BIN News Now. President Trump says there's a good chance he'll meet with Vladimir Putin soon as his ceasefire deadline with Russia nears.
We had some very good talks with President Putin, and there's a very good chance that we could be ending the end of that road.
After a 3-hour meeting between Trump's envoy and Putin, Trump warned of sanctions if Russia doesn't agree to end its war with Ukraine by Friday. A federal judge is weighing whether to extend a temporary block on Mississippi's new DEI ban. House Bill 1193 would prohibit public schools and colleges from promoting diversity programs. Judge Henry Wingate heard arguments Tuesday but hasn't ruled yet. And Salt and Pepper are suing Universal Music Group, claiming the label is blocking their music and refusing to return rights to their master recordings. The duo says they met all legal requirements, but UMG won't honor their copyright termination rights. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
The Crohn's and Colitis Foundation has been at the forefront of inflammatory bowel disease research and care for over 50 years. Learn more about research, education, and support at Crohn'sColitisFoundation.org.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
Both of LA's baseball teams lost at home last night. St. Louis beat the Dodgers 5-3. Impressive night for Shohei Ohtani in the loss. He had 8 strikeouts in 4 innings on the mound and hit his 39th homer. The home run was his 1,000th hit in his 8-year career. The Angels lost to Tampa Bay 5-4. The Angels struck out 16 times and did not score after the 4th inning. The LA Sparks are back in action tonight in the WNBA. They're at home against the Connecticut Sun. The Sparks are going for their 3rd straight win. The NFL suspended former USC wide receiver Jordan Addison for the first 3 games of the regular season. Addison, a first-round pick of the Minnesota Vikings in 2023, was suspended for violating the NFL's substance abuse policy. Addison pleaded no contest to a DUI charge in 2024. He was found asleep in his car on the 105 freeway in LA. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. More news, opinions, and conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or bleed longer. A spinal injection increases blood clot risk, which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at eloquist.com or call 1-855-ELOQUIS.
Become a U.S. citizen with the help of the Los Angeles Public Library. Get free and confidential information on immigration and citizenship. Visit lapl.org/NAI to find your nearest library or call us at 213-228-7390. That's lapl.org/NAI or 213-228-7390 and start your path to becoming a U.S. citizen with the help of the Los Angeles Public Library. Call 213-228-7390 or visit lapl.org/NAI.
You hear that? That's Mike sleeping soundly on a Sunday night. That's because Mike was smart this time. He took ZQL Ultra to fall asleep fast, stay asleep longer, and get the deeply restorative sleep he needs. So now he wakes up refreshed and ready to conquer Mondays.
Let's do this Monday.
ZQL Ultra. Not for colds, just for sleep. Really great sleep. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Some things can steal your sunshine.
Ugh, I just got my hair done.
Sorry, the cooler's broken. Anyone see my flip-flops? Anyone?
But COVID-19 can steal a lot more.
I just took a COVID test. Ugh.
Prescription medications for COVID exist. If you test positive this summer, ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com/COVID-19 to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
This is KBLA Talk 1580, where everybody is somebody and nobody is a stranger. You belong here.
It's a slow climb, roll tide. You start to feel it when there's no time left. There's no foresight, your mind is all you're given, so please hold tight, yes. And if someone had told me it'd take this long, who knows if I'd have held on. Guess the hope of tomorrow is never wrong, and I knew that all along.
Tenariel.
That's nice.
Beat drop. Yeah, that's a nice song. Tenariel is the headliner for South LA Pride. Everybody's welcome Saturday.
Yeah.
And that's from 11 to 8 at the Michelle and Barack Obama Center, Recreation Center in South LA. Sponsored in part by the LA Public Library, the Black Alliance for Just Immigration, the Chargers, the LA Chargers, LA LGBTQ Center, and Fox Future. And of course, the council members, the Black council members, who, as far as I know, none of them are LGBTQ plus, but they've been really strong in supporting.
Amazingly supportive.
Yeah, council member Curran Price, council president Marquise Harris Dawson, and council member Heather Hutt. That's her district, right?
It is her district. Sometime we've been at this park, I guess, the last 3 times, because remember we were at the park in the 8th district.
Yeah, with
before,
the no parking park, right?
Right, Norman O. Houston Park.
Yes.
But a lot of folks like this park, so we've just, like you said, everybody has all their events there, so we've stayed at that park. But it can always move to another park in another part of South LA if the community so desired it. But the whole point was just to have a great big park where you could have people that could just spread out and set up and just have a good time.
Do all kinds of things.
Yeah.
Tenariel, who you just heard on that song, is the headliner. We're being joined now by Monique Adams, owner and head coach of the Los Angeles Legends women's football team. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. That's one of the reasons you're at Michelle and Barack Obama, is because you're actually going to be playing some football.
Yeah, we're hosting a youth camp there for anyone 17 and under, and then we're also doing a women's tournament for 18 and over women. So it's flag football. It's what's rising right now, and we're really excited to be a part of it.
Yeah, I know we're here to talk about the Black LGBTQ plus experience. However, You said flag football is rising, and a lot of the reason for that is because of all the concussions and other controversies around the impact on young people in football.
Yeah.
And I'm a little football fan. I haven't been watching it as much of late, but that's one of the solutions, right? Get people into flag until they're in college or the pros.
Yeah, it's actually really taken over in high schools too, because they've opened it up to so many girls now. The schools are overpopulated when it comes to staffing a team, but it is much more safer for them. But now we're having them wear these headbands because the fast impact of them running through the fields can still be a danger.
Wow.
So it does take away from the concussions with the helmets, but there is still a risk for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's a contact sport.
For sure.
Hello, it's football.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not tennis, Jasmine.
I don't know nothing. We joke about that all the time. I don't know nothing about it.
That's okay.
We said today we're talking about the LGBTQ plus experience for Black folks. Our whole panel today is women, which is nice. I mean, it's interesting. I know everybody's welcome. But I feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong, I do feel like in our community, specifically the Black communities, lesbian culture is more accepted than Black male
Absolutely.
culture or trans.
Absolutely.
It sure is.
And most of that is because a lot of men fantasize about lesbians, okay? But no, absolutely, that has been that has been like that for as long as I can remember. Yeah. I mean, is it right? No, it goes back to what we were talking about before the break, like the issue with Black trans women in our community. Like, there's just an issue. There's issues where there shouldn't be issues. Let me just put it like that.
I would think that so-called acceptance is a gift and a curse, right?
It really is.
Yeah. Okay.
Really
So
is. Well, actually, what I see right now too is in the Black community, I think it works better because we're out more and the youth have such a struggle with it. I think it kind of ties in now because everyone's really popular with just being themselves. The youth generation is just like, I'm gonna be who I am regardless. So I think that's actually egging on the acceptance more because they're like, I don't care what you're saying. That's just what the new generation.
That Generation
says.
Z.
Yeah.
I mean, people get mad at me. I call them the gay generation because everybody's fluid, they really don't want to hear what old people have to say about who they should be dating.
They don't care.
Well, they really need to define. They really need to. Let me not say define. Understand what old is, because that's my problem with Generation Z. They think anyone over 35 is old.
No, they think anyone over 30 is old.
Yeah, and see, I don't have time for that foolishness.
All right, Gen X.
Yeah, don't get me started.
That's another show for another day. But then there's this other perception. I'm sleepy this week, yesterday and today, so I'm saying the quiet part out loud. I think there's a perception that that Black women are doing, switching in and out of being lesbian because it's convenient.
That absolutely does happen.
It does.
That happens in every community. Yeah. Let's be clear. That's another show for another day, but that's one of my issues I love to talk about.
Yeah.
But look, I understand. One day, Dominique, I did a weird thing. I just put my name into Google. I was just curious when people look me up, what do they look up? And one of the top searches was, who is my husband? And it made me laugh. And until I went and I did an event with some colleagues of mine on the Stonewall Democratic board, and we were sitting at a table and they were like, you've been on the board a couple of years and we realized we don't know anything about you. Are you even gay, Jasmine? And I was like, okay. So a lot and I thought just people, but the other thing is I also don't
Googled you.
But I also don't walk around and put my life. See, that's the other difference. Like you're talking about the young people that are just out and don't care.
Yes.
I am the complete opposite. I don't want you in my personal. I don't care who I'm sleeping with.
Yeah.
That's just my Black lesbian experience is one where I just show up, do what I'm supposed to do. I don't walk into the room and say, hi, everybody. Because if being a lesbian was based on actually being in a relationship, I'd have got kicked out of the club a long, long time ago. Okay. And a lot of people my age feel that way. Like, we don't do all the rainbows and we don't do all of that. We're still a part of the community. And our Black identity outweighs everything else for us more than anything. Because when we get pulled over, it's because we're Black. Yeah. And the fact that we're Black and we're also women, we're dealing with the same issues that heterosexual Black women are dealing with. Yeah. So it's very complicated. Do you have, I have a couple of friends now, just because they can't find a man, have decided that they are going to date women. And I know good and well they are not gay. Yeah. Like, I know for a fact, but they're bored. They feel like they're getting older, so they just want to do something different. Okay.
Yeah. Same. I have friends like that too that have been in a lesbian relationship and now are like, well, he's looking at me, so that's cool. Let's go on. Let's do this.
Yeah,
so
it get messy.
It's convenient.
That would be a good reality show. It get messy. Yes. It gets very messy.
It does.
Well, I'm gonna leave that right there. But no, I mean, I have a friend that goes way back, a lesbian friend who. Well, she was working as a stripper for a long time. But what she said is that straight girls were always coming up to her saying they wanted to have an experience. Like, they wanted to have that.
It's usually the opposite, but okay.
What do you mean the opposite?
I have a lot of friends who consider themselves to be like studs or more masculine or what have you. And, I have a couple of them who I'm constantly counseling. My favorite saying is, but she's not gay, because they love to set themselves up for failure and go after women who don't consider themselves to be lesbians. They're heterosexual. So hearing quite the opposite, what I heard from you was like the opposite of that. So, am I right? Isn't that what it's like?
Listen, when I was younger, I'm going to say, yes, I would definitely go for the straight girls. It's better because sometimes the gay community, is too messy. Like you said, I would definitely go for the straight girls.
Oh my God.
And then the straight girls apparently were going for you too.
Absolutely.
So
to a point, right? Up until a point.
But does it not mean they're bisexual?
I mean, listen, after we were done, whatever they did was what they did, but
I don't know. Sometimes it means, I think sometimes it means people are curious. I think sometimes it means that people are bored. Their man is in jail. They can't find a man. Their man is cheating.
Yeah.
Please don't. That's a whole nother show. That's an after dark show because I can't even use the language that I want to use in describing it.
But it's true. It's true.
It's
foolishness. That's what it is.
Jerry Anderson says it's the sense of conquering reimagined. I'm not sure what that means. 800-920-1580. Why are you calling on your Lord and Savior?
Well, I call on my Lord and Savior every single day. I know that he probably get tired of me. Here she come again. But I just, from your comment, what did you say again? The conquering.
That's
of
Jerry's comment. It's the sense of conquering reimagine. Truth speaks as men like bisexual women, not lesbians. Speak for yourself, Truth. And then Forensic Accountant says that sounds like ego, more interested in the turnout. Look, I don't know about all that. That does sound like another show.
It's an after dark show. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, and I'm willing to have that. We can do it on.
Sometimes we do before light shows. They don't have to be after dark. Early morning mess.
Jasmine after dark. Y'all don't want this.
Oh, yes, we do.
New podcast coming soon.
Well, all of this is inspired by South LA Pride, by the way. And allies are welcome, right? Anybody can come.
We have allies at the table helping the planet. We actually have every letter of the alphabet at the table helping to plan this event. And we have quite a few allies.
A is a letter too. Yeah. Ally.
Yeah. And we have we have folks who come every year who just want to come and have a good time and enjoy the music. Like they have it, just because you go to a pride does not mean that you are gay. Right. Like just because I go to a music festival doesn't mean that I'm heterosexual.
I mean, I'd be hella gay if that's all it took for you to be gay.
Exactly.
I think I've been going to Pride since I was South LA Pride is Saturday. It's from 11 to 8 at the Michelle and Barack Obama Center. It is free. Neo Soul Yoga. Okay, maybe we'll find out what that is when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
More of First Things First with Dominique DiPrima when we come forward. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Imagine a Los Angeles where everyone can thrive, where communities have access to the resources they need to succeed. That's the vision of Detours Mentoring Group, Inc. They're dedicated to improving life in LA County by providing educational support, employment assistance, and spaces for community engagement. By 2050, they want LA to be the best place to connect, create, learn, live, and play. They're working toward an education system that's well-resourced and culturally responsive, becoming a hub for artists and innovators, and making sure everyone has access to healthy food, quality healthcare, and safe housing. It's about building a future where we all have the chance to succeed. We invite you to learn more about their mission and get involved with Detours Mentoring Group, Inc. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminds you that we keep us safe. Every girl deserves a chance to shine. That's the belief behind Forgiving for Living, Inc. Since 1999, this organization has been empowering at-risk girls ages 13 to 18, helping them overcome behavioral and mental health challenges. Founder Wendy Gladney's personal journey inspired the mission to give girls hope and purpose through the power of forgiveness. Through their ambassador program, workshops, and annual conference, Forgiving for Living has touched over 3,000 young lives, providing mentoring, life skills, training, and tools for building self-esteem and confidence. You can make a difference. Visit forgivingforliving.org to donate, volunteer, become a mentor, or find help for a young girl in need. Forgiving for Living, Inc., building brighter futures for young girls. Visit forgivingforliving.org today. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
My ride smells just right, just right, just right, just right.
Y'all gotta try that Febreze car.
Just right, just right, just right. La 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 la. With up to 40 days of consistency, all over Febreze car clips right on your vent. You know my car's my happy place. Keep that smile on my face when it smells just right, just right, just right. Yeah, breathe happy Febreze. La 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 la.
Attorney advertising. Prior results do not guarantee future outcomes.
Founded in Los Angeles in 1986, litigation powerhouse Quinn Emanuel has deep roots in the Los Angeles community. Since 2007, we have litigated some of the largest fires on the West Coast. We are proud to be the only AmLaw 100 firm in the country to represent wildfire victims, giving affected individuals, families, and businesses the same focus and individualized attention we devote to our Fortune 500 clients. BTI Consulting has repeatedly recognized Quinn Emanuel as among the 4 law firms in-house counsel least like to oppose in any litigation, and we are often deemed the most feared. And after securing over $80 billion for our clients in various matters firm-wide, we understand why. If you have been affected by the recent wildfires in Altadena and the Palisades and would like to discuss your situation further, please contact wildfire support at QuinnEmanuel.com or call us at 213-443-3050. Quinn Emanuel is proud to sponsor Conversation Live Altadena Rising with James Farr on KBLA Talk 1580.
Attorney advertising. Prior results do not guarantee future outcomes.
The conversation continues right now with Dominique DiPrima on First Things First.
I think we've launched at least 7 or 8 topics that we're going to do on another day as we tackle the LGBTQ plus experience for all generations. South LA Pride is this weekend, and that is inspiring this conversation. In the studio with me right now, and the video is back on, Jasmyne Cannick, organizer-in-chief of South LA Pride, and Monique Adams, who's the owner and head coach of the LA Legends women's football team. There's going to be some show, exhibition games.
Some camps, some tournaments. Yeah, we're definitely putting them on this weekend. Come out if you're available. You know, if you're women 18 and over, we have flag tournaments. And then we also have youth camps where we do skills and drills for flag football.
Is there a generation gap with black folks in our acceptance or understanding of LGBTQ plus folks? Is it much more accepted with Gen A and Gen Z? So compared to millennials and the boomers?
I think millennials are more excited. I think it starts to get wonky when you get to Gen X.
You mean problematic?
Yeah. Yeah, it starts to get problematic when you get to Gen X. I think millennials, Gen Zers, and Gen A, Alpha, I think anything goes, do what you want, more power to you.
So then it's just a matter of time.
It really is.
It really is. I keep telling people
pushing
that.
them on out.
What would you like to see, Monique?
You know what? I think the acceptance is good, but like we mentioned earlier, it's just like really figure out what line you're walking, because it's so fluid right now where everyone's like, I'll just do anything, I don't care. So it's kind of really tainting the different lines we have. Are you lesbian? Are you bisexual? Are you like, what is going on? But I think that the new generation is just like, well, if this is what I want to do today, if this is what I want to do tomorrow, then that's just that, which is fine, but it definitely it pushes the narrative more for that acceptance. So it works in our favor, because the battle that we've struggled with for so long was like, this is who I want to be. Why can't you accept me? Why do I have to battle you in that space as we grew up? But now it's just so fluid that it's like there's no option but to accept from the older generation.
Are we getting to the point now where those coming out stories of parents throwing their kids out of the house and stuff are a thing of the past?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I mean, we just dealt with that, 5-6 years ago with the Ed Buck situation and talking to all of those young men, who were sharing why they even encountered him, like what their situation was.
Ed Buck was a pervert who preyed on homeless or under-resourced black men for his weird
in West Hollywood
sexual fantasy. Who's now in prison,
and hopefully he'll stay there. But
partly thanks to Jasmine, by the way.
Thank you. I do think that is still an issue.
For sure it is.
I mean, you work with young people on the football team. I'm
Yes.
sure you hear stories, right?
Yes, I hear a lot of stories about it, but more often than not, I see that these young girls are okay to be themselves and come out. So some of them do have that trauma where they're afraid to talk with their parents or afraid of what that acceptance looks like. But more often than not, I see a lot of young people being okay to be themselves and come out, especially once they start working with me for some reason, which is always a fear of mine. Like, how many of these young people are just doing this because they see me? But, it's still a fact that I'm comfortable with the fact that they're okay to come out. Because
visibility matters. Yes. I'm happy there are people like you who are.
Yes.
I am not. Look, our style of dress is very different.
Absolutely.
But I'm not changing the way I dress. But nothing about me screams anything about my sexual orientation, right? Like nothing, right? So I'm not sure unless I say something, right? Then maybe I'm becoming a visibility.
And you're partly
Stop
famous
it
for being an advocate for LGBTQ plus.
You know what I'm saying? When we have more people who are visible, I think that helps. I think what I'm really interested in and like to see are people who are older who, thanks to the younger generation's audacity and like I don't care attitude, are able in their life now to be a little bit more freer with who they are, because there are boomer generations and older, and even the older Gen Xers or just Gen X period, who still struggle with that because of the way we were brought up. Yeah. We all have friends who are older who are still act like they're in the closet.
Yeah, they are. There are some still in the closet.
But I like it when I get to see that they benefit from what these younger folks are doing, just in terms of pushing the envelope. I
mean, I still have friends my age whose parents are, still hesitant on accepting their complete life. So it's still a thing for sure.
It is.
They want the edited life. Kwamel says pansexuality is real too. I think that's becoming more common. And my understanding of pansexual means that the gender or the sexual orientation of a partner is not a consideration in who you choose. Like, in other words, you could be romantically or sexually linked to anybody. Oh. Why are you making that weird face, Jasmine?
Girl.
It is popular.
Whatever floats your boat makes you happy.
That's what I mean. It is definitely more common now to just be like, hey, whatever.
Hey, okay. Well,
I mean, and that fluidity, and I'm butting up against the end of the show here, but that fluidity is also about gender, not just sexual orientation. You're a woman, you're a man, you're non-binary, and there's a whole bunch of things in between. I just found out that gender flux is a thing where you go back and forth between being more towards man and more towards woman.
She's leaving. But yes, that's the thing right now.
We welcome it all at South LA Pride because we know we have a little bit of everybody in our community,
including Neo Soul Yoga
with Dorian, singer, and friends. And I'm so happy that we have yoga in the park again this year.
A community softball game at 2:00.
Yes,
the performances start at noon. Community picnic style. Bring your chair, your blanket, your food. It's free. Come on.
We got food trucks too, so folks can bring their food trucks. I definitely want to make sure to give a proper shout out to Council President Marquise Harris Dawson and his office and team, as well as Councilmember Heather Hutt's team and Councilmember Curran Price's team in LA Rexham Park for just supporting this event each year, making sure that it happens. And just being there for our community. Like I said, it's the 7th year compared to all the other prides. We're so very, very new. But totally appreciate the commitment from the council president and the council members, and just really want to say thank you.
Thank you guys both for coming in.
SouthLAPride.com or at South LA Pride on Instagram and Facebook.
SouthLAPride.com.
Check us out.
I want to hear Tenariel now.
You should come.
Yeah, those are really nice. But if I can get myself out of my pajamas, I'll be there.
Yeah, around 6
Or
o'clock.
just wear your pajamas. That's fine.
Or have you seen the young people today? Just wear your pajamas. Just wear your pajamas.
Thank you both so very much. Tavis Smiley's next. He's got a fully locked and loaded show for you today. Looking forward to that. Tap in on social media. I'm at DiPrima Radio everywhere. That's DIPRIMA. And then radio. We are at KBLA 1580 everywhere. Like my mama, the late, great Diana DiPrima used to say, history is now. As I always add, we're making it together until Freedman Friday, which is tomorrow. One love.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. President Trump says there's a good chance he'll meet with Vladimir Putin soon as his ceasefire deadline with Russia nears.
We had some very good talks with President Putin, and there's a very good chance that we could be ending the end of that road.
After a 3-hour meeting between Trump's envoy and Putin, Trump warned of sanctions if Russia doesn't agree to end its war with Ukraine by Friday. A federal judge is weighing whether to extend a temporary block on Mississippi's new DEI ban. House Bill 1193 would prohibit public schools and colleges from promoting diversity